Hey guys, it's Maddie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how I created the look that I had on just before that you would have seen. So obviously it is a wedding makeup tutorial, which I'm so excited about because I just freaking love weddings and romance, and any wedding show there is on TV, I watch it. I don't know where this obsession came from, but I've had it forever. So let's just get straight into it. Okay, so I've already primed my face. I just used the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base, and I've left that on for probably about 5 minutes now, so time to move on to the next step, which for me is covering these red little pimples because I do not want any of those showing on my pretend wedding day. So I'm just using this green concealer by Mina, which I learned is a UK brand, and they have shops everywhere basically, so that's good. Look at my eyebrows. My friend does my eyebrows and she told me to let them grow out because the lady who was doing them before her, she ruined them. I think I told you guys how I went to get them threaded and she just turned them into a wreck. So my brows are in recovery mode right now and they're growing out so that they can turn beautiful again, which I'm so excited about. Hopefully if you're getting married, your brows don't look like mine. Now obviously I'm just pressing this green concealer into my skin, trying to counteract the redness that's going on. Also obviously I'm using natural lighting today because the lighting keeps changing, so sorry about that if you are not a fan of natural lighting. Anyway, now we're going to move on to foundation. No, we're not. Next, I'm using my Josie Maran Argan Enlightenment Illuminizer. Mine's broken, my little pump, so I just have to get it out with the stick thing. And I'm just going to kind of dot that all over my face, just so I kind of look a little bit lit from within, a bit glowy. And then just with my fingers, I'm just going to kind of press that into my skin. Okay, moving on to foundation. I have my RCMA Makeup Artist palette here. It's a wax foundation, and the reason that I like using this, I use it for clients when I do makeup at home. By the way, if you didn't know, I do makeup from home and waxing and tanning. So if you live in Melbourne, I'm your girl. Anyway, I use this one because it's super full coverage, which I like, and it lasts forever. Like, it just doesn't budge. And I'm going to use the color KOG. I'm just removing it with an icy pole stick, and then I'm going to put it on the back of my hand like that. And I'm just going to warm it up because that's what you've got to do with wax foundations. There we go. Now it's kind of like a nice liquidy consistency, and I'm just going, ooh, that is like really white. I've never used this one on myself, but it actually does look like the color of my neck and my chest. We'll see what it looks like once I've buffed it out a little bit. And with a wax foundation like this, you have to kind of spread it out with either a brush or a dry beauty blender or like a makeup sponge. So I usually just spread it around with this kind of like flat brush. So this one's the Zoeva 112 face curve brush. So I spread it out with this, and then to get rid of brush strokes, I just use a beauty blender after that's all done. Oh my gosh, I am like white as a ghost. Cover my veiny little eyelids. Okay, and now that that's spread evenly around my face, I'm just going to push it into my skin with my dry beauty blender, and as you can see, that really just kind of smooths everything out nicely. Now I'm just going to take a bit of the colour that was next to the KOG, which is KO1, and warm it up a little bit just because I think it's a little bit too ghastly. Okay, now that foundation's done, I'm just going to apply my Josie Maran Argan Creamy Concealer Crayon, and that's in the shade Fair 1. And it's a little bit peachy, so that's why I like to put it under my eyes, because it kind of counteracts any blue, which I definitely have a lot of. And I'm just going to use that as a concealer as well over any pimples that weren't really covered by that foundation. And just pop it on the center of my forehead and down my nose a little bit, my chin. Then I'm going to use my XO Beauty round face brush just to kind of buff that into my skin. And I love this one as well because it's nice and creamy. Okay, and while everything on my face is still wet, I'm just going to prime my eyes with my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and that's in the shade Eden, so it's going to create a nice blank canvas for us to work on. Cover all those little veins, and then with my same XO Beauty brush, I'm just going to push that into my eyelid. Then using my Makeup Forever dual ended brush, I'm just going to use the angled side and the yellow shade from my Tarte Pro contour palette, and I'm just going to set my under eyes with that, just to ensure no creasing goes on. I also just want to highlight the central areas of my face that I highlighted with the Josie Maran concealer stick with the pink shade from the Tarte Pro palette, and the top of my eyelids, just so that when we get to eyeshadow there's no creasing. Beautiful. Now, just to add a little bit of sheen to my face, I have my Hourglass Luminous Light Ambient Lighting Powder. Oh god. And I've seriously hit the pan here, so I'm just gonna get what I can. Okay, now we're ready to add some colour. So now I'm going to move on to contouring. I'm going to go back into the Tarte Pro Contour Palette, and I also have my Zoeva 109 Luxe Face Paint Brush. I'm just going to kind of put that in the hollows of my cheeks and just blend it up a little bit, just to create a bit of pretend bone structure. My cheeks have no shape. You should see my boyfriend's cheekbones. His cheekbones are like carved by the gods, and I'm just like... And then a very soft contour down the nose, but everyone knows how good I am at nose contouring. That's not too bad. Alrighty, now moving on to bronzer. I actually got sent some products by Runway Room Cosmetics. I have a bronzer, but I dropped it, so it looks like this now, so oopsie. It's called Vegas Sunset. Now it is a very, very warm bronzer, so I was a little bit scared to put it on my pale skin, but it's quite controllable how much you put on, and it blends out really nicely. So I'm just going to, with a very, very light hand, add some to the top of my forehead where I would naturally be a little bit sun-kissed if I wasn't a vampire. And then blend that bad boy out a little bit. See, look how nice that is. When you're putting it on, it's like, whoa, and now blends out beautifully. Look at my hairline. And then using the side of this flat brush, I'm just going to lay that on top of my contouring. Oh, look at that. That's so beautiful. And it has the slightest little shimmer to it as well, this bronzer, which I wanted because I knew that my foundation was going to be very matte. So I'm very happy to have a luminous bronzer and a luminous blush, which I will be using as well. Okay, now using my Runway Room Peach Punch blush, which looks like a super intimidating color. And it's a very, very bright pigmented color. So I'm using my 127 Luxe Sheer Cheek brush just because this is nice and fluffy. It doesn't pick up too much product at all. Just very lightly dust that over the apples of my cheeks and then bring it back towards my temples. Now for highlighter, I'm using my Mary Luminizer by the Balm on my XO Beauty Shimmer Fan Brush, and I'm going to go crazy with the highlighter today because I want to. I want to be nice and highlighty for my wedding. So down the central areas of my face, upper lip, chin, most importantly, tops of the cheekbones. Oh, did you hear that? That was all my brushes. That's the face done actually, so now I'm going to do my brows off camera. I do have a tutorial for that, so if you want to check it out, I'll leave it in the description box below, and I'll be back with some brows. Try and get rid of the appearance of those little strays. Wish me luck. Okay guys, brows are done. Oh, I've got a bit of like funny lighting going on, don't I? Today I'm going to be using the Tartelette in Bloom palette, which I'm really excited about because it's quite a neutral palette, so I don't tend to use it very often. So as you can see, we've got a lot of beautiful neutrals. I'm going to start out with the shade Smarty Pants on my Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush, and that's just going to be my transition shade. Oh, look at that pigment, that's beautiful. So just kind of like windscreen wiper motions just above my crease and just blending that out a little bit and taking it to the end of my brow. Then with my MAC 217 blending brush, I'm just going to make sure that's clean because it doesn't look it. It is. Just going to blend that out a little bit just to soften it a little bit. Okay, now on my Zoeva 231 Luxe Petite Crease Brush, I'm just going to go in with the colour Sweetheart, which is that beautiful kind of mauve. And I'm just going to sweep that through my crease, starting out really gently and then building it up as I go. And taking that all the way from inner corner to outer corner. Okay, now picking up my blending brush again, I'm just going to make sure the transition and the crease shades are blended together, and I'm just going to flick that out gently at the end as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my Zoeva 234 Luxe Smoky Shader Brush, and I'm just going to spray that with a little bit of Inglot's Makeup Fixer Spray. And then I'm going to pick up the shade Funny Girl, which is that really nice like champagne shimmer color. Whoa girl, look at that. Oh my gosh. And I'm just going to brush that up to my crease. So just take it across 2/3 of my eyelid and then stop it right there. And now picking up my MAC 217 blending brush again, I'm just going to make sure that shimmer shade doesn't start out of nowhere and blend that into the crease a little bit. I'm going to go back into that shade Sweetheart, and I'm just going to pack that on the outer third of my lid where I don't have any shadow. Just creating a nice kind of V shape. And just blend that outer corner a little bit just to make it nice and soft. And then with my Zoeva 230 Luxe pencil brush and the shade Rebel, which is kind of like the darker burgundy kind of shade, I'm just going to put a really small amount of that on my, like the lower half of my outer third. And just deepen that outer V up a little bit. What the heck's going on out there? Can you hear the banging? And then once again, picking up my MAC blending brush and just softening that up. Oh, this is stunning. I love it. Am I even allowed to say that about my own look? I always feel weird when I say that. And then using my 231 Luxe Petite crease brush again, I'm just going to go back into that shade Sweetheart and just go over that bit again just to make sure everything's nice and blended and no colors just start out of nowhere. Okay, moving on to lower lashes, I'm still going to stick with my Zoeva 231 Luxe Petite Crease Brush and go into the shade Smarty Pants, and I'm just going to brush that along my lower lash line just to deepen it up a little bit. Then with my Zoeva 230 Luxe Pencil Brush, I'm going into the shade Sweetheart and just popping that on the outer third of my lower lash line. And then I'm just going to blend that because it's freaking me out a little bit. And then just spraying my Zoeva 234 Luxe Smoky Shade Brush again. I'm going to pick up the Funny Girl shade and pack that onto the inner 2/3 of my lower lash line. I can't even talk, I'm concentrating so hard. Oh my god, Mom is vacuuming right now. Alrighty ladies, so that's the eyeshadow done. I think that looks all blended. Now I'm going to move on to eyeliner. Now I'm using my Inglot ANC eyeliner gel in the shade 77, which is just black. And I'm going to use that on my Zoeva 317 wing liner brush. And first I'm just going to tightline just to make sure that there is no skin showing. I did that like such a pro. And now I really just want this to be a tiny little wing. I don't want anything dramatic and I don't want it to be thick. Yep, that'll do for now because I'm going to put lashes on anyway, and once I put the lashes on, that'll kind of make the liner just look a bit more like fluid and blended and a lot nicer. Okay, so the eyeliner is as good as we're going to get it today, and now I'm going to move on to mascara. So I have my Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara, and I'm just going to do a little baby coat on my lashes because I'm putting lashes on anyway. I feel like a princess. Okay, moving on to lips. I was going to say lips, but we're not. I'm going to put my lashes on off camera because I suck at it. And it takes me flipping 2 hours to get it right. I'm going to use my Runway Room lashes, and these are in the style Loquacious Lash. Anyway, I'm going to put these bad boys on and I will be back in a sec. Okay guys, so the lashes are on. As you can see, they're really nice. I've got a very clear lash band. I'm also going to be doing the rest of the video with voiceover because Mum's vacuuming is going crazy and I can't exactly just go out there and be like, excuse me Mum, can you shut up? So look at that, you can just see exactly how that ties in perfectly with the eyeshadow. This is the completed look, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun filming it. I really liked it. I don't know why. I just, like, normally I have my videos planned out, but today I didn't. I knew I was going to use that palette, but I was like, wonder how it's going to end up. And I really do like this. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post 2 videos a week, and at the end of this week on Friday, I'm going to be showing you how to tint your own brows. Anyway, guys, I hope that you have an amazing week, and I will see you on Friday. Alright, see you later. Thanks for watching. Mwah.